man. The combo is happening. Come on. You know it was worth. Oh my. Look at this value. Revelation. Consult the start. They had like 12 cards in this. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today, combo so powerful, it actually brought intros from the dead on this channel. I needed to tell you about this combo because it's so ridiculous, you need to know about it before we go into the gameplay. This card can Zombify for 4 mana, and because it is cast, you can have Myojin enter the battlefield with a divinity counter. If you don't know how it works, it gives the creature indestructible. However, this is a creature unlike Zombify, which means that you can cast it with Cavern of Souls. So to summarize, this is Uncounterable Zombify, creating indestructible creature that can discard your opponent's full hand at their upkeep, leaving them with nothing. They cannot remove it and they cannot counter it. I mean, I rest my case, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is just a start. What you are going to see? This will be amazing day, and you will see so many combos, and we will crush it, man. So let's go to the gameplay, and yeah, we'll talk more in the outro. Alright guys, I'm super excited for this one because we have new way to play Reanimator deck, and you already the first card. And this one is super unique in multiple reasons. You will see a lot of new cards, but basically this is like a Zombify in the mere colors, right? However, it is a creature, which means that you can cast it with Cavern of Souls, so this is Uncounterable Zombify. That's, you know, already a pretty good start, but there are so many combos with this that cannot be made normally. So we also have Myojin in this deck, and it can remove your opponent's whole hand because it has been cast. You cannot do it with Zombify because the Myojin has the clause if you cast it, I think, from your hand, but you need to cast it. However, if you use this has been cast and it enters the battlefield as the copy of Myojin. So you get the divinity counter, and that means you can wait until your opponent draws a card and discard the whole freaking hand. So this is what we will try to do today. We are having a little bit of a weird draw, to be absolutely honest with you. I think we go with this. And this is another new card. This basically lets you draw up to 8 cards and then step. So that's super nice. If your opponent especially is tapped, you are basically guaranteed to get those cards. So even if it dies, I mean, you have whole new hand. So pretty good stuff. This is actually the dream. Bro, it's looking so great. Look at this. This enters the battlefield. We go for Ardyn, the Usurper. Oh my god, this, by the way, this is this is Ardyn right now. And oh my god, please stop, go away. Okay. And now we can get this guy. We get the token. It already attacks. But this is insane. Look how strong it is. And we have multiple combos like this. And we're playing against blue deck. Normally, Zombify can be countered and there's nothing you can do about it. However, this one can be made uncounterable with Cavern of Souls. So this is like Zombify that cannot be countered. This is such an interesting animation card. It looks similar to the other ones, but it works in a different way. And as you can see, our opponent, even though this is incredibly good matchup for them, they have counter spells, and normally they counter Zombify, and you know, they have a free win. But you can see how hard it is. I should play this. Sorry. You can see how hard it is for our opponent, and we can get up to 8. So I think we swing, because they have to remove it probably, and they probably don't want to take, you know, damage. We have Ardyn, which means we have Haster, so I expect a removal here. And we also win on value, because we drew so many cards. So man, this actually gets me excited so much. Let's get them to 10. And I will tell you a story today, but first I need to make sure that we win this. Alright, I honestly think we go for this guy, because it creates more pressure, and if they go for a sweeper, I'm incredibly happy with it. Like, every time they tap, it's really bad for them. And of course we can unload absolutely, you know, the most cards, because we redraw to 8 every turn. So this is actually super massive, and we can get rid of one of the bad cards. Soon we'll be able to cast, you know, all our big stuff normally from hand. And another thing, let's go for this and see if it goes through. Another thing, you can use this to cast Uncounterable Myojin, you know, normally for, I think it's 8 mana. So if you go to this stage of the game, which we might, it's even better. Like, the moment you discard their whole hand during their turn, and Myojin is such a premium card, if you can make it work, of course, because it's super expensive, that it can discard at upkeep of your opponent. It's like instant speed discard, which is normally not the case. So they only got rid... Oh, this doesn't get hit even, because it retains the original mana cost. So they only hit the Vault, which is fine. We don't have the card we really want here, but that's fine. Ardyn too early. So I think we first swing. Yeah, because we don't have Ardyn. We could kinda get it if we really want, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's attack, see what happens. Don't forget, because we have this much cardo with this guy, look at the card difference. We are actually a control deck right now. Man, keep in mind, this is basically the worst matchup you can get against control, which normally they are super favored to win. And we are just rolling them right now. This is so fun. And let's go for first. This is a spider. Human. Let's go for human because it covers 2 different creatures. And we can go for this, see if they counter. They are in such an uncomfortable spot, man, right now. Consult. Very interesting that they went for it right now. Bro, they have to discard to this. So I think we just go with Collector's Vault. We don't have the right creatures right now in the graveyard. Okay, so the story, right? Because I wanted to say something while we are at the first game. Yesterday I was awake super long, and I was actually super tired when I was making the video. So after I finished it, I instantly went to sleep. And when I woke up, I launched into, you know, comments to see what you guys are thinking. And all I've seen is smiley face in every single comment, and I got completely bamboozled. What is going on that everyone is smiley face? And then I remembered, because I was freshly awake, so you know, it took a moment, and I'm like, oh, this is the smiley face thing, and I started laughing. Man, you guys are so hilarious. Like this is the best part of, you know, making those videos. Can we go Ardyn and just try to kill them? They have 1 removal. This can work, potentially. As a copy of any creature. So this can be uncounterable, but they can still remove it. I honestly think it's worth it. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Of course, this is lethal in case they don't have the counterplay, and they cannot counter it because it's a human. And we have Cavern. So they can only remove it on this 1 mana. Well, I guess... No, this is not activated. They don't have black. They have black only from this. So now we get the full effect. Do we go for this guy and draw up to 8? Yeah, I mean, why not? This is hilarious. Oh, we just won. Man, so, oh no, I should smiley face, I think. Let's go for human. This is scary. If they have Demolition Field, we'll regret it so hard. But I still think we have to go for it. You know what's the weird play? Oh my god. Please, please, don't judge me for this play. Don't judge me. If it dies, I mean, we can Bitter Triumph and discard this. And I'm still not sure if that's... If we are so desperate that I will make this play. But if they tap, I 100% make this play. How about I do it myself? And our opponent is like, what the hell, bro? What are you even doing? Well, now they know. The problem is that this could be get lost. If this is Helix... What are they doing? I'm killing my own creature, bro! Guys, this is mythic. This is mythic. Angel. Come on, bro. They literally... Bro, like they literally counterspelled us killing our own stuff, which prevents them from killing this. Which gives us 8 cards, or 6 more. 5 more, sorry. I cannot count out to 8. This is ridiculous. They could use the Spell Pierce against something. And all we cared about was discarding, which is part of the cost. This is fine, we already got the cards. Now our opponent needs to burn through all of this, and we are close to Myojin, which is something I really care about. We have Zombify. It can be countered though. Oh my god, we can actually play this? What? Okay, they will never expect this. So if I draw enough cards so we can Cavern of Souls this, we instantly win the game. They are not prepared for this play, they don't know about it, and nobody knows about, you know, this possibility right now. So we need to hit Cavern of Souls and we instantly win the game. That's the idea. And with 2 Vaults, alright, this is fine. Bro, please, Gods of Magic. I need... Wait, this is their only blue mana. If they cast a blue spell, they cannot counter, so then we don't need Cavern of Souls. Okay, non-blue. 3 steps ahead doesn't work, but they still can like normalize or something. So we definitely go for this, and we probably double. Man, this could be ridiculously fun one. Oh, I'm so excited. If we can discard their hand, this will be the win of the day. And guys, today, if we get this play, we are doing the smiley face after we do this. So cheer for it, because this will be fun. We can discard it later. Shoot the sheriff, probably not important. We keep cycling. Even if we trade 1 treasure for 1 treasure, it's good, because we keep the cycling going. And we need 1 specific card to win the game right now. I mean, I think this is the specific card. Oh my god, this is the specific card, guys. They lost. Oh my god. I could not be more happy. Okay, so we go for this. By the way, indestructible. Just so we are clear, this cannot be killed. But Sloth, why? Because it has divinity counter. It's uncounterable. Bro, be my guest. Oh man, the combo is happening. Okay, I need to think, because there is a chance we just want to... Like, this is a control deck, so they can cast a lot of spells at instant. Come on, you know it was worth... Oh my, look at this value. Revelation, Consult the Start. They had like 12 cards in this. Man, that was such a good call to get rid of everything right now. So I think we go for this. And we try to kill them before they recover. They have 1 draw, 2... Oh my god, we have more. We have more. I don't even... Look how stacked we are. Sorry. No upkeep stop. Now they have 1 card. If this card is powerful, like if they top deck something super good, like Revelation Ultima, they might actually still try to, you know, play the game. Like if they get 4 top decks in a row, they can get back into the game. But I hope it's a land, they will play it and... I think this is the game of the day, man. This is so hilarious. Starting from the spell... See? This emote is absolutely OP. Like, I think this might get banned. Alright, this is actually a very rough draw, because we are on the draw, we don't have any way to discard cards, but I will be risky. This is playable. It's not perfect hand, but it's a hand that you can play with, you know? However that sounds. Bitter try... I mean, we will take it. We have this as a removal, and we'll talk about this card, because this one is interesting, but, you know, we'll see. This is an incredibly powerful card. Whenever you cast... So I think we get rid of it right now. And let's discard a card. Because we can... Bro! We can go for the play! We just need 2 more landmen. If we were on the play, we would discard our whole hand on literally next turn. But unfortunately they will have 1 more, because they're a little bit better at magic than us. However, let's go for this. Let's go for the Great House. So we get rid of the annoying Chocobo. We need to get rid of, you know, the card advantage that they are getting with it. Cool. Cool, bro. However, we will still do the thing. I don't think we need Valgavoth, man. I mean, we will get it in the graveyard, I guess. Because why not? And this card, if you want to discard cards, is actually kinda useful. And I think we go for the big play. I don't know what our opponent has, but I know that we'll make sure they have nothing. Oh, you will love it. So how it works. Myojin of Night's Reach enters with Divinity counter if you cast it from your hand. Normally, Zombify will never give you this counter, so this card is just bad. However, with this new reanimation spell, you can do this. And this is something I wanted to do since months, unless I read the card and realized it doesn't work like this. But now we can look at this. And, well, they are not drawing a new card, because we did this after they drew it. That's literally their whole turn. There's nothing they can do. Like, this is a 4/4, they cannot attack. I guess with Chocobo it's very unique, because they can play cards from the top. So it's like literally the worst, most annoying card ever. But don't you worry. Graveyards, please don't no. This is the only player, and we are not going with it. And now we can go for Zombify to just make sure that we close it. Because now they have no place, they cannot get around anything. And Valgavoth makes sure that this board doesn't matter as well. Going first, and I have to say, I really enjoy having Dimir with a unique strategy for Dimir. It's like, this color combination actually has something except Kaito and the Drowners, you know? So I'm really excited for this one. And okay, let's start with this. We can just tap. And I'm curious about this card, to be honest, because I didn't pay too much attention. But when you think about it, in a way it's similar to Atraxa. You play it, and if it survives until the end step, you instantly get so much out of this. Like, you can refill the whole hand. Atraxa was better because you get the effect when it enters. So this one is way more vulnerable to removal, and you kinda need to keep it in mind and play around it. But if you can catch your opponent tapped, I mean, you literally refill the whole hand. So if they kill it, it stops mattering because you can just do it again. This is painful, but... Oh, this is actually super painful because I have nothing in the graveyard. Alright, that's fine. Wait. No way. No way. Well, of course it's a zombie. What did you think? We can cast it. No freaking way. And in this, the whole point of this one is that this... So this normally is the downside, that the reanimated creature is a 4/4. But there are creatures that benefit from this, and one of them is Kotis, the Fangkeeper. So that was the strategy, but I guess we can just literally hardcast it. Let's see what we get. Well, I have to say, I'm having such a blast with Spider-Man or Omen Path. Like, I prefer to say it's Omen Path, you know? And in all honesty, I will discard a card, and I will kill my creature. Come on, how is this not funny? Our opponent, by the way, is playing the same strategy as us, so we are stealing their cards because we didn't hit ours. And of course, this is indestructible. So, we can start doing some good stuff. I think we go for Zombify. Don't you worry, this dies. So don't get super excited, you can get moderately excited. But we need to go through it, and I mean, if they tap on the next turn, really? Did we do it? If they cannot remove it, that's game. I love it. We just drew 6 cards. Because you know what? We deserve it. As Dimir, we should be drawing more cards than anyone else. And our opponent is an absolute bro. Let's go with this one. Alright, let's try to get this. We cannot really attack with more, so let's just swing with this and see what we get. Man, this is ridiculous. We have indestructible creature, so there's nothing they can do about this. Probably in the whole deck. Let's see what we steal. Maybe some vaults? Do you play vaults? Nah, they don't. Alright. Our opponent really needs to step up their game, you know, and get some cooler cards. Let's go for this, and we of course have Bitter Triumph, so if they reanimate Ardyn, I mean, we just kill it. We are getting to the stage where we have so much stuff that whatever our opponent does doesn't even matter. So I have to say, this card is really nice so far. Man, we have so much. I don't know what to discard. I will discard this guy because it's legendary. And I have nothing better. I could see this being the play, because we can exile the graveyard. But I don't want to tap out. I want to have this Bitter Triumph in case they go absolutely crazy. I think this is a Reanimator deck, and we store their reanimation cards with our Indestructible Kotis. So this actually kills this one. Oh my god, it's better. It's better. Now we can make it as a 4/4. I tell you, man, I never imagined it will work so well, man. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. Let's, pay life? Whatever. Let's pay life, I guess. I should probably go with Valgavoth, but come on. We are winning this so hard, it's not even fun. So let's go for this guy. And it enters, you guessed it, as Indestructible. Well, they didn't like a 2-1. How about a 4/4? And let's make sure that the draw will be something very cool. I mean, we can just hardcast Valgavoth at this point. I don't know, guys. We can win in 15 different ways right now. I literally don't know. One Zombify, please. Whatever. Alright, so our opponent is dead on the next turn. We are redrawing up to 8 because we are special. And this is so one-sided. Like, whatever they do, like, they try to sweep the board, it didn't even matter. Our board is just better. We stole their own cards to enable our combo, and we're just starting. That's very cute. Yay for animation. Well, I think our animation is a little bit better. A braid. Yeah, our opponent is an absolute bro. You know, we're just messing around because it's kind of funny. But of course, our opponent is super nice to let us showcase the deck and, you know, just go for the lethal and showcase new cards. Well, kinda. Let's go to the next one. Alright, our opponent is going first, and to be absolutely honest, this might be a very rough draw. We are on the draw with no removal. We have nice reanimation, potentially on turn 4, so that's something. If we can survive. What is this secret deck? Is that mono-green landfall? We definitely played this. And I have to say, like with the Omen Path thing, like I'm having a blast in this new set. It's actually, like, there are so many interesting cards with this set that I had instantly like 5 different ideas for 5 different decks, and you know, we didn't even start with this stuff. So this seems to be like cooler than I expected. So what can we do? Let's go for Vault. I mean, you know, we have one play. We'll make this one play. I won't lie. I think there is a good chance we'll lose this one because, like, look at this start. On the play with elves into Anim Pakal. That's really strong. If we're on the play, would already be reanimating stuff. But here, I mean, we can go for this. It saves us a little bit, but we cannot kill the main creature. And this gives us more flexibility. And I think we can discard 2 cards, which means Ardyn and something. So, this is incredibly rough, man. Maybe we'll just go Valgavoth. The problem is, if they have Shelter, they will win. Because they can sacrifice 3 permanents. So, you know, scary stuff. Anim Pakal is the only card that matters here, because it scales ridiculously quick. And if they're on the play, that's even worse than normally. So, as you can see, we're basically dead already. Don't be on the draw, guys. It's horror in every matchup. Valgavoth. I think we have to go for the big guy. They create 3, right? I don't think they can put more counters. If we go for Ardyn, Valgavoth will be smaller, however we will have an extra creature. It is tempting. First, let's go Valgavoth, because that's something we will do for sure. And then we can think. So, yeah, we can actually go Collector's Vault. Small Valgavoth, is this good? Do we like our small Valgavoth, or we go for the big guy? If they have Shelter, I don't think we can beat this. Man, Ardyn is a little bit better if they have Sheltered. Alright, they need to sacrifice like this. Then they swing, we block at least one of them. And next turn we can discard this and get extra creature with lifelink. So I honestly think this is the best play. Man, this is terrifying. But I think it's good enough. Like, we won't die, right? This is 4. So they will have 6 of them. We life gain 5. And we kill this guy potentially. We shouldn't be dead. Let's go. I will go for this. I think it's risky. I need to think about it a little bit because it's a ridiculously hard choice. And if I make the wrong decision, we might lose due to this. So we chill here. We try to be defensive. Just please, this one time. Almighty Shuffler, please, don't let them Shelter by Ghost me. We can beat everything except Shelter by Ghost on this one turn. Because we need tempo, like we are so far behind on tempo. This is the first turn when we actually are even. Of course, every single time. So we made the correct play, all in all. That's an interesting one. I guess they can put enough counters. This is also exiled. You can see why I wanted to make this play. They can put 2 counters on this. Bro, this is like literal dream draw. They also will get this card for free on this turn. Like, I've never seen this deck play such a powerful hand, to be honest. Oh boy, and we of course don't have removal, so we cannot just kill it and win the game. Really rough. Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. It can go better than this. Bro, this... I call it a shuffler game, alright? I don't agree with what happened in this game. And you know what? They didn't attack. Can we punish it? If we kill something, we can steal it. So if we draw removal, it can actually be game winning. Okay, let's go for this, because we can get Zombify then. Wow. That's a cool one. And I think with this we are dead. Like this is literally as good as we could do, but this draw is ridiculous. Man, it was insane on top of insane on top of insane. This is 3 layers of insane too much. We can swing, but then what? Then they swing and win the game. There's nothing we can do about it. This draw is just beyond nuts, you know? And this was the card that would win the game. Because all we need to do is kill this guy or this guy, and they stop scaling. Oh man, I'm salty after this one. We literally needed them to not have single of those cards, and I think we could beat the rest, but this is just too good. They're also on the play with elves, you know? So this is... like, you cannot go better than this, I think, with this deck. Like, we literally cannot kill it even. We need to go like this, and then we die. And of course, they also had the removal on top of everything else. So yeah, I think this should never happen, but it will happen and will give good game to our opponent. You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And guys, I won't promise, alright? Don't get used to the intros, but this was so ridiculous. I needed you to see this. I wanted you to at least see what is going on here with Myojin, card that was usually absolutely unplayable. I think we are like the only channel that ever knew about it, and the first time I've seen this card, I was like, alright, we're reanimating it. We're getting so much value. And then I read the card, and I used it once since it was printed, I think, with a ramp deck. And it was still fun, but it's nowhere close this power level. So, you know, honestly, Reanimator decks are easy to counter because, you know, you can exile cards. They're not super popular right now. You know, there are other decks that are performing better. But this combo seems really strong. Like, how do you stop it? If your opponent, like, if your opponent can cast even Triumph or something to discard Myojin, like, there's nothing you can do. You cannot counter, you cannot kill it, and you lose your whole hand. This is so important that you can discard your opponent's hand on their turn. Because you know the situation. You get all of the cards, they're at 0, and then they start the turn, they draw the perfect card, they win the game with it, and you are like, oh my god, that should not happen. If you get rid of this one extra card, that means literally they pass the turn. It's like Time Walk. So this is incredibly powerful on top of the rest of animation. And I have to say, this is the card I didn't pay too much attention, but after playing with this, man, if this triggers once, you are so ahead that you stop being a reanimator deck, you are starting to be a control deck. You have so many cards that you can just keep trading one for one until your opponent has nothing. And because this triggers at the end step, if your opponent isn't prepared and it surprises them, very often you instantly like win the game because you have so much value. So sure, then they untap, they kill it, but now you have 8 cards and they have probably like 4 or 5. And you have more of this. You have Zombifies, you have Indestructible Creatures, you have Ardyns. So the moment they stop having any removal, you overwhelm them super hard. So this card, in a way, kind of reminds me of Atraxa. It's worse because Atraxa, even if you kill her instantly, you got the cards. This, if they get losted, you get nothing. So this is a huge vulnerability window, but if they miss it, the card just buries them under the value. And I have to say, this one is incredibly interesting. Especially that some of the creatures benefit from the pump. I'm a fan of Kotis, and I wanted to use it, so that's why I smacked it here. But you can use it with tons of different creatures that rely on their stats for some kind of cool effect. And usually they have low stats, so you can find the effect that, pumps them. It works with counters, it works with, everything that has text of as much as this power, this kind of stuff. So card has a lot of potential, and I personally love this type of design because Zombify and this seems the same card, but they are completely different and they work with different cards. So, this gives space for both of them in the format, which is super cool. The rest of the show, you kind of know the stuff. I crafted it for this deck. I have 4 of. I needed to craft like 2 or 3, and then I removed them, so you can feel the pain. I think this card is pretty weak. I don't think we'll be using it. I thought that it's a good way to kill a creature and then discard moment before animation, so your opponent doesn't have a window to prepare, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. It's really clunky, so probably Bitter Triumph does the same thing a little bit better. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, tell me what you think in the comments. I was so excited because I thought this is a nice combo, but after trying it, I was like, bro, if I'm playing control and someone does it to me, what do? I guess you have to play an exile effect. But man, you try to exile this, like the 4/4 version of it, and they remove the counter in response, and you still lose the hand. Like there's, it's very hard to find a counterplay to this. So, and it hits as soon as turn 4. Can you get it on turn 3? You play this on 2? No. You need something like elves or something, and you need to go 3 color. So, turn 4. Let's go with this one. Only turn 4. So I'm really happy with the deck. I think we went 4-1, and the only game we lost was the last one. So you've seen how ridiculous this draw was, and that was the only game we lost. So I'm excited. Against Reanimator you can always put Rest in Peace, so this might be the counterplay. But man, this is nice. And I love the fact that Dimir is finally getting, something except Kaito that we can try to play. I wonder how it will end. I'm not sure. Usually Reanimator decks don't end as the best deck of the format, except like Dinosaurs at some point. But this one is scary. This one is terrifying. So we will see how it goes. Not sure. But I will be watching this one. So guys, tell me in the comments how much you enjoyed it, or maybe you didn't, or maybe you did. Do you like smiley faces? Should we do it from time to time where our opponent, like it hits right? I hope it was fun, of course. And yeah, tell me what's on your mind. I'm so far absolutely enjoying Omen Path. I call it Omen Path. There are no spiders. There is a sus number of spider heroes, and I see nothing special about it. So I'm really enjoying the set. It's been a blast. So I hope it's the same for you. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to help the channel, you can subscribe, join, like, share, and maybe join Patreon. All of those things actually really help. Or you can hype. We can hype videos right now. So no, I know it's boring, but it does help the channel. And, we will mention it. And while we are at mentioning, thank you for all the patrons that went the extra mile to help making these videos. Really appreciate it, guys. And I think with the new set, I think we are kinda delivering. Like the last videos were really fun, so hopefully it was fun to watch as well. Thank you guys for being part of the channel. It is extremely appreciated and makes me happy every single day to see what you are commenting. So yeah, if you have something to share, just drop the comment. I will be reading it. Even if I don't answer, I usually read all of them. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching and see you guys tomorrow.